When Carol Dweck published this book in 2007, it quickly became a New York Times bestseller, and it really started a revolution in education. I don't know of any research volume that's had such an impact. And in there, she reported that there are two ways of thinking, and people fall into one of two groups. There are those people who have a fixed mindset, and those people believe that you have a certain amount of intelligence that you really can't change. So maths ability is a gift. And then there are those who have a growth mindset, who believe that maths ability and smartness grows with experience. So it turns out that these two beliefs have huge implications for learning and for students. Those people with a growth mindset, it turns out, are persistent, they learn from mistakes, and they're encouraged by other people's success. But those with a fixed mindset hate to fail, as it tells them that they're not smart, and they will avoid challenging work at all costs. Now, these mindset beliefs affect students from across the achievement spectrum. In fact, high-achieving girls are often the worst hit by fixed mindset thinking. And that affects them really badly when they come to choose courses and careers. Students can have these mindsets from the time they're about 3 years old, and one of the reasons is that many parents praise their children for being smart. Now, they do that with the best intentions, but when they do that and they say, "Oh, you're so smart," children think, "Oh, good, I'm smart." But when they later fail, and they will, they think, "Oh, I'm not so smart." So it's important always to praise what students have done, not them. Saying, "Wow, that's great that you've learned that," or "It's great that you've learned to do that." And Carol's book has many more ideas on that. And as she mentions in her interview, they found that the praise given to babies in the first 3 years of their life predicts their mindset 5 years later. So it's really important. And it turns out that praise can impact students immediately. In one of Carol's studies, they did experiments with 400 fifth graders, and they were asked to take an easy short test on which almost all of them performed well, and half the children were praised for being really smart, the other half were complimented on having worked really hard. Then they were asked to take a second test, and they were told they could choose one that was pretty simple and that they would do well on, or they could choose one that was more challenging, but they might make mistakes on it. 90% of those praised for effort chose the harder test. But of those who were praised for being smart, the majority chose the easy test.